everybody, it's me, Curry T, and in this video we're going to be talking about what to do when you're in no contact. There might be distance between you, there might be lots of time since you last spoke to a person, or maybe you're waiting for an email from someone or a job or something, and you're in a situation where you're wanting and waiting to hear from someone, and maybe you're wanting to manifest contact from someone. And that space itself of when will I hear from them? What do I need to do? I need to do something for them to contact me. Is not a very nice feeling, is it? I know, because I've absolutely been there. And lots of you might know my story. I had many periods in mine and my partner's journey where we didn't speak for long periods of time. And there was one long period of time where we didn't speak for like 2.5, 3 years or something. And in that time, I actually wasn't like thinking about manifesting. I wasn't thinking about manifestation. I wasn't, wishing and waiting. But there was a long period of time where we didn't speak. And there were periods of time within that time where I thought, what shall I do? Shall I message him? Will he ever message me again? Is that just it? Was I deluded? Did I make it up in my head? All of those things, which I know a lot of you will resonate with. So there was another period of time. The most sort of prominent one that I remember was when I was in Italy and he was in Korea, and we stopped talking because I set a boundary and basically said, I can't talk to you. This situation is too blurry. Let me know when it's different, basically. And I'd kind of just decided in that time to focus as much as possible on myself, but I wasn't focusing on myself because I was so obsessed with manifesting. So a lot of that time, the first 3 or 4 months, I was just obsessively manifesting, right? I was obsessively thinking about it, which made me feel really bad, made me feel really, just frustrated with the whole thing. And I wasn't accepting where I was. And this is where letting go comes in, right? This is where we've got to learn to surrender and let go, which is what my new 2-hour workshop is about on the 29th, by the way. If you'd like to come, there's more information in the link below. But really, it's true. When I actually decided to try harder to enjoy my life than I was, and by that I mean saying yes to things, because previously people had been asking me, do you want to come to this party? Do you want to come to this thing? And I'd say no, because I was so in my head and I was so not very happy that I didn't think that I would enjoy these things, so I didn't go. And when I decided to just start saying yes to more things and to actually make an effort to have my own life and my own experience where I was at the time, I started to have more moments of connection to myself, and I started to have better days where I'd even not think about it as much, and I would feel better, and generally, honestly, just started feeling better, like, oh, I'm okay. Yeah, we're not talking, but I'm actually okay. And the thing is, honestly, I don't think you realise like how much of a good situation you're actually in when you're in no contact. I know that doesn't sound very true when you're like really missing someone, because I know what that's like as well. But actually, it's meant to be. You're meant to not speak to this person right now. You're meant to not have them there right now. This time is for you. This time is for you to learn to connect back to yourself and to feel really in love with yourself and your life, so that you can prove to yourself that you actually don't need this person to feel okay and to be okay. And really what happened with me is that when I started like meeting new people, I had a bunch of girls that became really good friends, and we laughed, and I just was having more fun. I did creative things. I did things for myself. And my life got better. And I was okay, right? I was up and down still. I'm not saying that I was completely okay, but I was definitely much better than when I'd been sitting, thinking, wishing, waiting for him. It's a horrible, horrible place to be when you're doing that. So what I'm saying is, get on with your life. Basically, do other things. Do other things that you enjoy, like for you, because you have to do these things with or without this person. You have to invest in yourself with or without this person. So you might as well get on with it. You might as well be doing the things that make you happy, be around people that you love, because you've got to actually have those people whether you're in a relationship or not. So you see this time as building your life, building a balanced life that you will be able to take into a relationship, because it's not going to be healthy if it's all like about this person, and then they come back into your life and then it's even more about this person because they're there all the time, and that creates real instability and unbalanced relationships. So you've got this opportunity now to create a balanced life that you love, which would mean that a relationship would really complement that rather than be the thing that makes it better or be the thing that makes it good. Because you can have a great time now, and actually what happens is when you start enjoying yourself, you start letting go, you start to actually be more in the moment, and that's when things happen. This is what happened with me. Like, I started enjoying my life more. I started feeling like I'm okay, I'm going to be okay no matter what. I actually went on a few dates and things and thought, okay, yeah, that guy was nice. I could see a possibility of me going down that road. I didn't want to at the time, which was fine because I knew that really I was still wanting to be with Johnny. But, you know, I had these other experiences of feeling like my life didn't just have to be this one direction and that's it. Because that's really restrictive and it makes you not accept where you are. And you have to accept where you are. You have to accept where you are right now. So what happened was I started feeling better, and yes, I was up and down. But generally, I felt better. I felt better than I did when I was missing him all the time and thinking my life depended on it. And when I started feeling better, I let go of like the when. I let go of when, you know, when are you going to contact me? When am I going to hear from him again? And I started saying to myself, like, maybe it'll be tomorrow, but maybe it'll be in 5 years' time. Or maybe loads of life will happen and we'll get together years down the line. And that'll just be that. Like, I can't control it. So I don't know. And I'm just going to let life decide, like hand over to a higher power or whatever. And yeah, and then the emoji thing happened. If you know my story, I accidentally sent him an emoji. It was totally by accident, completely and utterly, totally by accident. But it led us to having a conversation which I was not expecting or needing, and it just happened like that. And it just happened to seamlessly unfold from that point, which I had no expectation of. I wasn't holding on to it by that point. I wasn't needing it. I'd kind of accepted, okay, this isn't happening right now. And then that's when things started happening. So the thing that I think people struggle with no contact is things like, will I ever hear from them again? Honestly, probably, more than likely, I think, from what I've seen as a coach, they always come back. They just do. I don't know why, but they always come back. You're probably going to hear from this person again. I can't say definitely because I'm not God, but like basically, probably, more than likely, you are going to hear from this person again and you don't even need to worry about it. It's just like what's happening is you're really resistant to what's happening in the present, and it's not allowing life to flow and for them to naturally talk to you again, because you're in that energy of needing it to happen. So let that go. Just honestly, like, trust life. You've got to trust that things will unfold. If you believe that they will, right? That's what I believe. Like, when you believe, actually most of you do believe that you will hear from this person again, but you are like, but when? But what if, you know, all of these what ifs, that's all just the voice of fear. And that voice of fear, the louder that it is, so the more thoughts that you have of, will I ever hear from this person again? What if that's it? What if they've just gone? That's the end of it. Oh my God, am I wasting my time? Am I delusional? All of this is just an indication that you have some inner wounding that needs to be felt and released. And also it's an indication that you're very attached to this person meeting an emotional need within you, which actually is not their job to do. So that's why you're having more of these anxious thoughts, and actually that is a stored energy in your body that needs to just be released. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to move in whatever way this energy wants to move. The thoughts are literally a reflection of how you're feeling in your body. This is why I do so much work in my with my one-to-one clients and on my programs with the body, okay, because we have all of this stored energy from our younger years and our younger self, which has not been completed. It's not been completed, so we have all of these confusing feelings that project themselves onto our life as it is now, and we think that these feelings are something to do with another person in our adult life, but they're not. You know, it's usually just a reflection of inner wounding, of I'm not good enough, I'm not chosen, whatever the belief is. And, you know, in one-to-one coaching, it's much, much easier for me to dive into that with people on an individual level. If you did want some one-to-one coaching, I've got at the moment 4 sessions available, 8 sessions or 12. So depending on what your level of commitment is, we can really dive into those things so that we can get a deeper understanding of why you're feeling the way that you're feeling and how to release it so that you can free yourself and actually learn to let go, right? But if you would like to learn more about letting go as well, I have this 2-hour workshop which is coming up on the 29th. And I'm really excited for this one. It's going to be quite practical as well. I'm going to give you practical exercises that you can do to actually start to feel and release some of this stuck energy that you have in your body, so that you don't have all of these thoughts that are affecting the way that you're seeing the world at the moment. The other thing that I want to say as well is, honestly, I've kind of said it already, but this time that you have not in contact, one day you'll look back at it and be like, I really needed that time and that was all meant to be, and it makes sense now. And it's one of the things that used to give me comfort when I was in no contact, where I always used to think, I know this doesn't seem to make much sense because I wish that we could talk, but at the same time I know really that my future self will say that I needed that time. And seriously, I did need that time and I would not take it back. I really am so grateful that I had my own time and my own experience and my own, you know, that period of time where I worked so hard on healing and learning about self-love and learning about how my relationships were a mirror to me and everything. That gave me such a good grounding to go into a relationship. And I think that is why this time has lasted so much longer than any of the other times that we attempted to be together, where he was coming in and out and in and out. That time was really precious for me because it helped me get to know myself more. It helped me to learn about relationships, learn about my triggers, learn about myself, so that I had the awareness that I needed to not sabotage it in the way that I might have done before. That's not to say that it was easy doing that, because I still had wounding. I still had stuff that I needed to heal, like going into the relationship. But at the same time, thank God that we were not talking for a while. And thank God I have those happy memories. Thank God I've got those amazing memories of being with friends, doing things for me, feeling free, the pictures that I took. Take pictures and remember the good things about you, feeling like you, empowering yourself, being around positive people, learning about yourself, what you want in your life, creating. The other thing as well that's good about no contact is that it's really much easier to imagine and manifest the version of this person that you would like to be in touch with again. It's much easier because you're not being triggered so much, and you can imagine what you want in a much more peaceful way, right? You know, I always found it much easier to like imagine my partner and the things that I wanted him to say to me, the way that I wanted it to be, the new relationship that I was creating. It was much easier to do it, I suppose, at a distance to him, with all of our backstory and history and all of my, you know, like interpretations of him. I needed the distance to be able to create something new. So that's also something to think about too. So I've probably missed something. I could go on about this for ages, actually, because it is definitely a poignant time, you know, as well. Like, it doesn't matter how much time has gone past. It doesn't matter, you know, how much distance there is or what the circumstances are. Like, all I know is that things change. Things just change. And that's the same, I suppose, as saying circumstances don't matter. But I don't like circumstances don't matter, because I think they do matter. Because they are a reflection of how you're feeling about yourself, and we need that information. But what is true is that nothing stays the same, ever. So, like, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, literally, how many times have you seen the story of someone who got married and then they got divorced? Or, like, you know, someone had a baby and then it decided not to be with that person anymore. I'm not saying these are nice things or you would wish this on anyone, but I'm just saying that, like, things can look like they're really like, okay, that's final, that's the end of that, but then they're not. And also it's the same in, like, if you've seen Bridgerton, if any of you watched Bridgerton, that's like the perfect thing to watch if you want to see how things change. Literally, go and watch Bridgerton. It's great. It's such a good example of, like, love wins. Love always wins, okay? Love over fear, guys. Just love over fear. That's the thing. So choose those thoughts over the fearful ones. The fearful ones are your old inner wounding. And you know that it's your old inner wounding when it feels bad. When you feel light and bright and you're in love, and when anything else, you're not. And we're learning here to choose love over fear, okay? And that means choosing yourself over everything. And if that means having a period of no contact, then great, you chose yourself. You know, if you had to say, no, sorry, I can't speak to you for a while because I don't like this situation, and that led you to no contact, that was the right thing to do, because you chose yourself. And in choosing yourself, it will always lead you to the right thing, okay? So, I hope you found this video useful. If you'd like some one-to-one coaching, you can find all the information in the links below on my website. You can email me, send me a direct message. If you'd like to come to my new workshop, which is called Ready to Glow, I'll put the link to that as well below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.